Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to another video where in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys some gameplay of the new ZK-383 submachine gun and the new basic training called Specialist. So to actually get the new submachine gun and the new basic training in the game, you have to use the new division that has also been added into the game. The new division is called Cavalry. I made a video talking about this division already and what the benefits are of using that division, but once you prestige the division for the very first time, you unlock the ZK-383 submachine gun and you unlock the new basic training called Specialist. So let's go talk about this new submachine gun here. So this submachine gun is probably the most unique weapon added to Call of Duty World War II so far. What makes this weapon so unique is you can switch its fire rate to have a fast fire rate or to have a slow fire rate. So what's the point of like switching between these two fire rates? So what's cool is that if you have it on a fast fire rate, you can kill enemies a lot faster, especially at close quarters range. But at longer distances, you're not going to be able to try and kill those enemies because the recoil on the gun is absolutely absurd. It's about probably the same recoil you see on maybe on the WWII 28, something like that. That's why I like to compare it to. And so I really think having the fast fire rate is very good at close quarter situations, but having that slow fire rate, your recoil is basically zero. Like, I have used this thing many times, you guys. I'm almost like prestiging this weapon for the first time, and I've used the slow fire rate a lot at those longer distances, and it helps a lot. You guys have no idea. Like, the recoil on the slow fire rate is seriously like zero. It is so easy to be accurate with it, but with that fast fire rate, it is very tough to actually get those people at longer distances. So that's why you want to switch between the fast and the slow fire rate. If I were to compare this gun to another gun in another Call of Duty game, it would definitely be the Ripper from Call of Duty Ghost, or even the whatever it's called, the Ripper Evo or whatever it's called in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It pretty much is like the same gun, I suppose. I would say that the Ripper is definitely a way better gun because the recoil isn't as absurd when you have a faster fire rate on this gun. So yeah, this is a really unique submachine gun, you guys. You can switch between a high and low fire rate. I will say this though, it does take quite a few shots to actually kill enemies, especially if you're shooting enemies at longer distance with that slow fire rate. And I don't think like the damage per range when you have a slow fire rate is like changed at all. I mean, at least from my experience playing it, I played it even in hardcore mode, and I mean, of course, that's even harder to even notice in hardcore mode. But yeah, I played core mode and hardcore mode with this gun. Of course, every weapon in hardcore mode is very powerful, but this gun is good, you guys. I recommend leveling up your cavalry division, prestiging it for the first time, and trying this new submachine gun out. So let's talk about the new Specialist basic training that is added into the game. So when you equipped the Specialist basic training, underneath it you'll have three options to choose other basic trainings, right? So the Specialist basic training acts as the same way as like Specialist did in Modern Warfare 3 and how Specialist worked in Call of Duty Ghost. So you can pick 3 perks or 3 basic trainings in the game to start off with. So if your first 2 kills, you can get Hunker or something like that. That's what I choose. Then if you get 4 kills in a row, then you can get like Inconspicuous or something like that. And then if you get 6 kills in a row, then you can unlock the I don't know, basic training Instincts or something like that, right? And of course, keep in mind when you choose those first 3 basic trainings, make sure you choose one that doesn't like affect whatever division you're using, because I was running the Airborne division and I would choose some basic trainings that like my Airborne division already had, so just be aware of that. And then once of course you get 8 kills in a row, then you can unlock every single basic training in the game, and you can basically act like a super soldier essentially. And that's actually really cool. You know, I never really used Specialists a lot back in Modern Warfare 3 or in Call of Duty Ghost. I don't know, I wasn't a huge Specialist guy. I'm the kind of guy who liked to call in score streaks a lot and support my team with UAVs and mortar strikes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not a huge Specialist guy, but I used it quite a bit. I used it in free-for-all. I even used this gun on Gustav Cannon, and I will say using that slow fire rate, especially on a big map like Gustav Cannon, is very helpful. So keep that in mind with the submachine gun. But back to the Specialist basic training here. If you want to aim for V2 rockets easily, then this might be your go-to one. Of course, in my opinion, V2 rockets are a lot easier if you have a UAV to call in, because if you don't have a UAV, then it's going to be really hard to know where enemies are. You're going to have to rely on your teammates to actually call in UAVs for you. And if you're a decent player like me, you know that teammates are not going to be better than you. So just keep that in mind. But Specialist, yes, you can basically become a super soldier by having all the perks in the game once you go on that 8 kill streak. Very, very fun to use. I highly recommend trying it out and see what you think of it. Of course, you could use Specialist on like objective game modes, but the problem with that is you're not really supporting your team very well by playing the objective. It's kind of, so Specialist is more like a selfish sort of perk to use in the game, and that's how it's always been in Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Ghosts. It's always been a selfish sort of streak package to actually use, and so I don't really recommend using it on objective game modes, but do whatever you want. I mean, it's not like you're restricted by using it on objective game modes anyway. So anyway, I just want to show off gameplay of the new Specialist Basic Training and the new ZK-383 submachine gun. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating for whatever you guys feel this video deserves. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more Call of Duty videos later in the future, and I shall catch you guys later.